Welcome, everybody. Welcome to BeoTalk 206. Happy Easter. Everybody's here. Willie's half dead by the sounds of it.
Oh, come on. It's not that bad.
The COVID.
What am I looking for? Twitch. Yeah, that's right.
As per usual, super chats are open if you want to answer to your topic and or question. Guaranteed answer. Also, come... oh, Willie, you're tiny. I need to adjust your face size. People need to see more of you.
There you go. I didn't know it was that cold outside.
Our good friends over at Skinny Play obviously still have a referral link for us. Everything goes back into the channel. Buy 2, get 10% off. Or use the promo code in the chat and you get 10% off. That's also good. Whatever you fancy, I don't care. With the 10% off link promo code, we don't get anything, but that's fine. It's up to you. It's just a good deal. And we have Discord as per usual, and come join us on the Discord, and that's always good fun. And I get to defend Henrik because he's not there. And yeah, people are still bitching that you need to do more English.
You should just do one big Henrik page, and then I'm not there.
I have a Henrik page, yes.
Oh, really?
Yes,
No.
and it auto-loads your videos to it as well.
Oh, man. That's pressure.
Because I often get people that, can you translate this? And I was sitting there often with something to drink just so I can understand the Danish. And it's like, yeah.
Man, that's peer pressure.
Yeah.
I'll think about it.
So, I take it you two chaps are well. Willie, have you been leaking all weekend, or are you feeling better yet?
I feel better, and I feel even better because this has showed up at me door.
Yes, sir.
The cheapest box B&O has ever made, people. The plastic is just creaky as you would wish.
It's in worse condition than the Apple TV.
It's got a nice hollow click to it, but it still is a Bang & Olufsen intelligence. So now I only have one problem. I can't buy a fucking network switch in Calgary. They're all sold out. Although Ubiquiti stuff is like hopelessly out. I have no switches. And I don't want to really... Well, I have one for myself that I'm going to have to use, but I kind of have to use it for my client now because his shit died in Canmore and they are scrambling for internet. So, yeah, that kind of sucks.
And you don't have a switch where you at?
No, I just have like the whatever default thing is because I never gotten around to building a whole utility cabinet still and terminate all the wires. Like I need to put in the BeoLink gateway so the rest of the house can work on MasterLink, and then I want to tie this into it to see if, I never ran two parallels or two platforms in parallel as far as the gateways are concerned, so I'm kind of curious to how they talk to one another and, what macro can trigger what macro down the stream and so on and so forth. And like my entire room is network link where everything downstairs is MasterLink. But I still want it all to control with Lutron as well. So, and Sandeep, you had a question with Lutron, so fire away whenever you feel like it. But yeah, I'm excited about it. I bought the dumb version. I didn't buy the non-professional.
Who farted?
What was that?
I just needed to see if I was in Inception or not. I do that every time I do the BeoTalk, because every time Willie gets on, I'm just like, is that Inception? Have we talked about this before? And
yeah, no, that's the plan that I'm gonna play with in the near future here.
Nice.
I got Philips Hue lights also finally hooked up, so those will be also fun to make everything. Well, I want to make everything work on the old gateway, and then this one basically just gonna control this little bit here. I want to play with the Halo because I haven't tried any of what you were playing with there, Henrik, when it comes to showing the time and so on and so forth on it. So I'm quite intrigued by that, and yeah, Then we'll see.
Lots to tinker with, yeah.
Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Willie, you look really dead now.
An inline dimmer for lighting. How would you install in a room with a concrete ceiling? Possible or not really? With inline, I don't understand.
Wait, is there no
what
power
that?
cable run yet?
Inline dimmer for lighting. How would you install it? Well, like, I don't know how your load comes in electrically, but for here, it just comes from, I guess, whichever way it comes to the switch, and then it goes out to us to a light. But you could probably use, if you want a dimmer, then I guess. I wouldn't even know what types of dimmers you guys have. Like, I would probably go with like 6RD over here at the very least. That's a 600 watt dimmer.
Why
But
not?
if it's a three-way,
if you don't have all the right cables for it, why not just use an IHC refurbished the wireless dimmer?
Happy Easter, Steve. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not an electrician, to be honest with you. So I don't know how these clicker switches and all that dimmer shit works, because these are like, there's magnetic ones, and I forget what other type it is. But these are the ones you're talking more or less. These are regular Home Depot ones.
I mean, I just did. I just been doing my brother's roofing, new roofing on his house this Easter, and all the electric wires was like redone when they renewed the house before they moved in, and all the cables was all over the place. So I actually rewired the whole house when I was there, and but I just don't know how the Lutron works, but. This was made with what was the name of it? Hang on. Shelly remotes, and controlled by Home Assistant through Bang & Olufsen Living Intelligence. So, I mean, that worked fine.
Cool. Yeah, but that's the disconnect here now for me, that I don't know. Like, you guys have different brands. Like, yes, there is Lutron, but they're completely different model numbers. You know, like you guys have KMX that doesn't even exist here, and so on and so forth. So it's very hard for me to recommend you what proper, like, if you have a switch that already controls the light pendant fixture thing, whatever you got going on, then for me, what I would need to know as far as the Lutron guy is what the load is, how many watts, and based off of the watts, I put the dimmer on it. And that dimmer will just dim it and brighten it as it goes.
But the cool thing about the Shelly things that I just put in the whole house is that you also get the wattage use. So how many kilowatts an hour you use. You can like do an integration without Living Intelligence if you want to, timers and stuff, but it also integrates with HAS.io and then through webhooks to the Living Intelligence, which is amazing.
Surely if it's an old-fashioned, like, just neutral and line, right, you can just put any sort of normal dimmer on it, get one from, because it's just resistance you're adding. It may not work that great with LEDs.
It depends on what LEDs you buy, right? Because if you buy the non-dimmable one, then
the new dimmers works great with LEDs, so that's not an issue. But if you buy the very cheap dimmers, no, that doesn't work.
But I still disagree with you a little bit, because no matter what, the incandescent lights can go way lower on the dim scale than the LEDs will ever do for now, as far as I can tell. Like, I bought pretty good set of LEDs, like, because I replaced all the LEDs in the house when I moved here. I put the Lutron in, fucking idiots, put the brand new house, non-dimmable LEDs in the whole entire house, right? But they're the cheapest one that they obviously put in here, just like, you know, building code is the minimum you can legally get away with to build something. So it's the same thing with it.
The main issue is that the normal dimmers is wattage, how much they will dim, and the wattage on the LEDs is so much lower, so it doesn't work out, so it will go around and flickering. But the new dimmers, I was with an electrician all weekend, and the new dimmers is just like they'll figure it out just right away.
It's the same thing with the Lutron ones, the Radio Raw, the new Pro dimmers. They basically you just tell the load and or in or out of phase. I think you tell it, and that's it. They figure everything else. They just know, which is wicked.
I've been replacing the light control too. That the old one from like the 80s. Switched it from one floor lamp to another one, and I have to go back to the old manuals for this one. And the old manuals is just hilarious to see what kind of stuff that was in that era or this kind of period that Bang & Olufsen was at the time. But yeah, still this dimmer, even though it's old, it works with most of the LEDs, and even though no problem. But often more dependable on kind of the bulb more than the dimmer.
It also depends on the bulb, but
yeah,
I know that like Lutron here offers, but they offer, I think it's about the size of a freaking gum pack, a half of a gum pack, right? 2 wires come out of it, and what that does, it essentially introduces extra load on the circuit that you have not enough to operate the dimmer correctly with. I had that issue with one of my clients. I think I've told the story a couple times over the years. Outside garage, they had 8 lights and they were 4 watts each. So it's 32 watts, and the dimmer was 40. So as soon as he swapped all those for the LEDs, the dimmer just went absolutely berserk, man. It like fucking up and down, and it just blanked and flashed, and it was not happy whatsoever. But we put that in there, and that was it. So
for you that have the hue lights, how is the dimmer? Do you use dimmer on the kind of the
you have to use dimmer with the hue?
Yeah, you have to. But do you use
because if you start fucking around with it, no. Well, see, I never had. Actually, sorry, I did have hue lights for a little bit of time in my apartment when I first moved in, before the electrician had a chance to come in and put the actual LED, like the LED, but the Lutron lighting, and I didn't like it. Because sometimes you forget and you just turn off the switch because you turn off the light like normally you would. But once you've turned that light off, you're fucked. Because there's no longer Wi-Fi going into the shit and nobody's home. So, it's like it's really off. So that's why I didn't like. And honestly, if you are living in a small apartment, yes, it's fine. But I don't think that you will be able to afford to run such cheap tech in a larger home, because the limitation would become very severe as far as. Or do you do like extra of those bridges now? Because you can only do like 50 devices per bridge, right?
I think I have 62 right now, but it's at the point where it's I shouldn't add anymore, because then it gets flaky. I had
it's starting to get blue in the face.
No, I had 63, and then some bulbs didn't turn on and off, and when I used the switches, so I had to take one off.
But
so
still,
62 at my house, the maximum. Yeah. But I use also IKEA. I use all kinds of different switches, but I don't have anything. I don't have everything integrated into the Bang & Olufsen switch. I have everything integrated into the Home Assistant server. So if I like the normal dimmers for Philips Hue, you have the on, up light, down light, and off. I changed that in my Home Assistant server. So the first button is turn it on, and then you can switch through different scenes. And then the 2 in the middle is the curtains up and down. And the last one is turn off the lights. And if you press and hold it, it will shut all the lights in the whole house and close down the curtains as well. That's the leave goodbye button.
Yeah.
That's interesting, Christian, that it works in the BLI. I never heard of decons before. It's interesting.
Zigbee is quite prevalent in Canada as well, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, man.
It's basically
Zigbee's
everywhere
big
now.
Yep. other than Lutron. I think Lutron runs on something different. They have their own proprietary frequency.
Yeah, maybe Sonny, think of if it's just one light, think of an IKEA lamp with a remote. That might be easier.
Why not just put a hue lamp in the goddamn fucking turning in there? Then you can also change colors too.
Make it all wow, chicka, wow, wow, chicka, wow, wow.
Yeah,
Right.
Hendrix artichoke lamp that turns red, blue, all kinds of funky.
Yeah. It looks
I
like
like
a
it.
golden lamp sometimes.
Yeah, I like it. Way to go.
But yeah, yeah, Lutron rules. I gotta say.
Just get the correct dimmer. Maybe ask somebody locally, since we have different dimmers over here apparently.
Well, they're completely different. First of all, we're on 110. You guys are on 220, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that, and also I think that the entire style of the dimmer is different because your boxes are different. I think they're smaller.
Yep.
The built-in boxes here, at least here, are round.
Yeah.
And here they're
So
square, but smaller.
Yeah, they are. Denmark was weird when I was there. Like, fucking lights and shit. Everything is like just a little beauty, tiny little thing. It's like you stick your hand in a fucking socket outlet trying to turn things on.
But all the sockets look happy.
Yeah,
They do. They do look happy. You're right.
They don't look angry or Chinese.
Yeah. Who's got the one with the one planty and one?
I can't remember.
Did the English or? Oh, they have another one.
That's where you always sharpie the black eye when it goes flat. Oh God.
It's just
The
winking
goofy
at
plugs.
you.
That's right. One of the weird ass plugs.
Mm.
Are we done with light talk?
Sure.
Do you
why
have
not?
something else that you want to share with the group?
Yeah.
Yes, of course. This is in case you didn't know. If you go to the B&O website and you scroll all the way down, you can choose the country that you want to be perceived in. This doesn't cost you anything. You can change it as much as you like.
You don't even need a VPN.
No, you just select what you want and they're okay with it. So I did Chinese English.
Ni hao.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this
So
is
still
the
understandable,
cover
yeah.
page for B&O
it's
China,
Yeah,
which is it's nice.
normal. Yeah.
And just
Scroll down. Scroll down.
yeah. So here are some new Beoplay.
Those looks new.
That's so poorly photoshopped, bro. Like,
Photoshop.
I'm at a loss for words. Like, look at him.
I think
It's
this
just-
is an actual picture, but they rendered the shit out of it again. Like they
just like
cleaned
having
it
a
up
good time.
so much that it looks
That's
fake
what I'm
again.
saying. Like the edges, yeah, it looks like he's from a freaking Japanese video game or something.
I mean,
Or this Chinese video
the
game.
what was it I looked at the last time? That was the let me get CN. It was the shadows from the earbuds looked at ridiculously, and then the sparkle of light, and it was just like, nah.
You mean like
Doesn't
here,
work
that
that way.
sparkle of light? That's
Yeah.
like Photoshop into
But
it.
if you zoom in on the picture, not on her but on him,
Oh, yeah.
it doesn't look right. It looks like it's photoshopped. I have to,
Oh, it doesn't want to go any further.
but who cares? That's the new Beoplay EX that Bang & Olufsen leaked a few weeks ago.
Yes. When everybody
Good job,
with this,
man.
anybody with this, God damn it! I have to reload the site 2 seconds. Maybe they've gotten onto our gist.
They're taking it
The
down. as we
Hawaii way.
speak.
Yeah.
The Huawei is getting at you.
Well, I mean, we've had before that in real time stuff was changing.
The pricing, that was hilarious.
Yeah. But yeah, this is like the what is it, Battlefield 3 or 4 game mode, where you have all these like dribbles and stuff on on the lenses. Like even when you're in the desert, it's like wet and there's weird shinies. But yeah, apparently B&O has some next gen wireless earbuds. And
different colors. Look at
that. Yeah, there is also a product sheet we'll get to in a mo. But one of the jokes that's why I named this episode the way it is on YouTube, "Marketing Man to the Rescue," because the marketing words are fucking amazing. To the point where it's, I find it unbelievable. Because I actually checked, and in case you want gold, or let me see here. Here, this is the product sheet. Soul-stirring sound. Soul-stirring.
Ooh,
she pissed on the 90s, bro. That's all you need.
Yeah.
I referenced the 90s. There's no soul-stirring on the 90s.
Of course there isn't. Because these get in your mind, bro.
This is mind-blowing.
An intelligent loudspeaker.
Yeah, these give you a mind-blowing sound. But these are soul-stirring.
But is a soul stirring a good thing or a bad thing? That's yeah.
I just like the one line that says precision craftsmanship. Precision. Maybe that's one line you will never see in a Halo.
No, all the effort in the other products. Yeah.
But yeah, soul stirring. Where do you go from there if you make something new after this? Like,
and where do you go with precision craftsmanship? I mean, I've been talking about Beer Remote ones that's not precision craftsmanship, Halos and whatever. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Billy says, I don't want my soul stirred. I'm a human, not a pot of soup.
Yeah.
I just
but
somebody got a new thesaurus for birthday. That's what happened.
But this is out of everything they just said.
I do like that soul-stirring sound and precision craftsmanship is in the same important features as adaptive active noise cancellation.
We have this. Best thing comes in free, and we have this word, we have this, and what else? Yeah, the ANC, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, here at the bottom, they do this new, where is it? This new thing they do, where 5 words, 10 words, etc. So the second one is already premium true wireless ANC earphones with a soul-stirring sound. I wonder what that means. Is that a good thing, or is it like?
Yeah, as I said, is that good? Really? Yes, it's disturbing your soul, but is that good? Is for better?
I mean, but so I thought, like, I'll reference like the best thing they ever made, which is 90s, and even with 90s, they're not this over the top about them.
But they're mind blowing. I can agree with that.
What was the name of that glow from Coming to America? Was that So Glow?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, so it's kind of the same.
From the Murphy movies.
So yeah, I mean, even the 90s are sort of like subdued marketing. It's sort of like, this is amazing, but it amazes you.
Wait till you get hold of these headphones, bro.
I mean, if we go by the marketing, this is the best thing B&O has ever made.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, I don't know.
I will bet you that it's not.
How can you say that?
And I will bet you that the AirPods Pro is better. Without even have heard the EX, but I need something that I need to eat if the EX is better, but I can't really find anything to eat right here.
I don't know. I don't like that semen creamy color. I don't like it.
Well,
I
you
like
don't
it.
have to have them. You can have them in the sort of anthracite.
Emerald or green.
I wouldn't go with emerald because
Where
that's
are they?
LGBT of some sort. There, like you just screaming stupid.
What
don't
I
like
do
that.
like better from the EX that I
Those are girly
about-
black.
that I hate about the AirPods Pro is that the AirPods Pro you need a Lightning adapter, but this you definitely need an USB-C,
The C, yeah.
which is amazing. But I think that's the only thing that's good for them.
What I like about these compared to the EXs is the presentation in the case. Because
The EQ, you mean?
sorry, the EQs,
Yeah.
the EQs,
Yeah.
because the EQs sort of sit sideways with the logo upside down in the case.
Mm.
So when you open the case, it's sort of like,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I really hope that they're very, very good. Like it would be the best thing ever because I would buy them and use them every day. But I know that it will be, I don't know because I haven't tried them out. So I need to
well, let's
withdraw that comment. But I will see how they are when they arrive.
let's go over some of the specs. I mean, they're quite light, and they're a bit bigger. I think they're probably the AirPod Pro, the one with the little extra bubble on it.
I think they're kind of my size.
Yeah.
So, but
I
just
mean, I
That's
don't know
so
how
up
many
there.
microphones those have, but these have 6, which is quite nice.
Yeah, if they work, because I mean, they're not very good at making microphones, right?
Weirdly, the E8 3.0s are very good.
Sure.
They were
Sure.
better than the H95s.
How many hours of playing time?
Up to 28 if you don't use adaptive noise cancelling.
That's 8 hours more than the AirPods Pro.
Yeah, and if you use everything to the max, where is it? It's 6 hours with very loud above. Like they actually give you accurate battery timings, which is kind of nice for a change.
Because 6 hours is, or 4,
Yeah,
6 hours is the
it's
maximum
5
for Pro.
on the AirPods Pro.
6 hours is
Yeah.
a long time.
These are like 6 or something. That's
5
It's
hours.
full volume.
I don't have the Pro, so I have the new generation
Oh, okay.
regular AirPod. But just because of that, they have a little bit longer lasting, and I don't really like the.
The weight
penetrating.
of the AirPod Pros is 5.4 grams. So I mean, if the 6 grams, then it doesn't make any changes.
No.
That doesn't matter.
No, I don't think you can tell that.
No.
I mean, the frequency range
no.
for earphones is quite amazing from 20 to 22.
Well, better be
Yeah.
fucking for a soul stirring sound like that, bro.
Yeah.
Better have some
Also,
response.
with where was it? I looked through it. It can connect to 2 different devices at the same time.
That is what I'm using.
Like each other.
No, but to have it on the PC or laptop and the phone at the same time is amazing. It's great.
But the good thing really is that every time they connect to each other, you'll just hear a simple whoop, and then they're connected.
Yeah.
Here, it remembers the last 8 paired devices, connects to 1 multi-point connectivity, connects to 2 devices.
Yeah, but they're Bluetooth 5.2, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
With active ear canal compensation.
Yeah, what?
I think the AirPods Pro is only 5.0, I think. Yeah, 5.0.
So what's the difference between 5.2 and 5.0? I guess the battery efficiency, I guess.
Probably the battery efficiency and then the length of where the devices
yeah.
need to be.
Yeah,
Oh.
according to this spec sheet, it's you can be up to 10 meters away from the device. But I found personally
Yeah, but that's 10 epic feet away from the device.
I've personally found with my E8s and also with the portals on Bluetooth that you can do further.
Yeah, and also with your kind of walls that are kind of
Yeah.
solid.
I mean, with a straight line aside, 15 meters is very possible with E8s.
Yeah.
Because from here to the windows is about 6.5, 7 meters, and I quite often leave my phone here on my desk with E8s in and walk outside. And it's like no problem.
The cool
the
thing
same
is
in the
that
apartment worked.
it says in charging time, it says if you charge it for 20 minutes, it will give you 1.75 hours of playback time. On the AirPods Pro, if you charge it for 5 minutes, it will give you 1 hour. So
But
5
it's not
minutes
gonna be a soul-stirring
compared to 5 minutes compared to 20 minutes.
Can you do the same thing like with the bitch pods? Can you switch one and the other? So you can just have one earpod in the head?
You can do that
Or
with
this-
the AirPods Pro. I don't know if you can do it with those new EXs.
Yes.
That's what I'm wondering.
Because
You can.
You can with the EQs as well.
Yeah. That's
Cool.
But I can't see why you shouldn't be able to do that.
With
Exactly.
the E8 3.0s, like with those,
Because there used to be master and slave, right?
yeah, the right one is the master, and if that's not connected, the left one doesn't work.
Yeah, but with the new Bluetooth 5.0 and onwards, then it doesn't matter which is left and right, right?
Yep, correct.
Right.
That is
Right.
true. Yeah.
Right.
So, I mean, all in all, in terms of specs, it's quite good.
It looks good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I don't think they are bad, but compare the price to the competition. And speaking on the price, what do you think they will land on?
I saw a price but that
$300
was on a unauthorized dealer, so I will not come out with that price. I will only give the price that Bang & Olufsen do themselves. And I haven't heard any price.
My guess is $300 Canadian. I mean, not Canadian. US. I would guess that.
I have a feeling that's going to be cheap.
Yeah, for the EQs, how much are they?
Let me look.
I think it's twice that price.
Yeah, your mind, bro. You think, who's gonna pay $600 for bitch pods?
I'm just guessing, man. Don't kill the messenger.
That's crazy, guys. I think 500 is too brave.
I mean, here the Beoplay EQs are €400.
Yeah, and the EQs or the portals.
Fuck. They'll probably be like 450.
Yeah, 450 to.
But if they're 450, then like shit, man, you put another €50 and you get portals and then like shove it, right?
But it's two different use cases.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, still, yeah.
You still have the AirPods Pro and then you have the AirPods Max.
Yeah, but like if you look at it, you know, some people can look at it like, fuck, well, for 50 more euros, look how much more headphones I'm getting, right? If you think about it. Compared to, you know, these little freaking grandmother's pearl box.
Yeah, but it's very much dependent on the users, because I feel that the overhead headphones is more for like in home or travel or something. These are more for commute every day.
But if it's cold, these keep your ears warm.
Indeed they do. Indeed they do.
Yeah.
But this is what I meant, by the way, with the EXs and the presentation. Like if you open them up, it's sort of like, you know.
Yeah, these are all over the place.
I have to say, I have been using my portals way much more now with the Gran Turismo game coming out and plugging them into the PlayStation. And goddamn, how much better they fit. I mean, the sound is it's a little bit different from the H95s in kind of what they can produce and especially in music. But still, they are amazing. The connectivity and all that is way better.
I still have issues now with mine. I have issues with my portals connecting to with the goofy dongle that I bought from Amazon, like the Microsoft Xbox wireless USB dongle. And every now and then it crackles.
Xbox version or the PS5 version, what do you call it?
No, the Xbox version. I bought the first ones, right?
Yeah.
But does it really matter to me? Like, I have the Xbox legit ding dong right at the back of my computer.
Yeah.
So shouldn't that work? No problem. Yesterday I fucking played for I don't know a few hours. Just was bored, and all of a sudden the game just fucking fell apart, dude. Like just like, what the fuck? Like, I'm like, I haven't moved. I'm not using the microphone. Like, nothing's changed. And it's just, I had to like get out of the game for a bit and just let the crackling like settle itself and sort itself. I don't know what the fuck just happened. And all of a sudden just went back normal, unpaused the game, and I went back to the play, and it was fine. But this isn't just on the podcast that this happens to me when the portals go crackly for some reason.
By the way, none of you have the PS5 console, right?
No.
I got no consoles whatsoever.
Yeah, I just discovered that when I turn on the TV and I have the source HDMI for the PS5, if you just turn on the source, it will also turn on the PS5, and also I can use the remote for the menus and even some kind of space. Yeah,
that makes sense. That's just the HDMI CC.
Yeah, because I've never been used to that before in the.
Okay. Yeah, that works.
It doesn't have that on the Eclipse, right? The first generation of Eclipse doesn't have that, right?
What?
Yes.
The first generation of Eclipse, does it have it? Because they use the sound.
Yeah, it does. It does.
All right. Because it never worked that way.
Oh, speaking of Eclipses, I had put together the second generation Eclipse.
Mm-hmm.
I installed it one Thursday. Yeah, Thursday it was. Dude, like I honestly had a very fond memory of the Eclipse Gen 1, like the nice, beautiful back of the iPad screen type of thing, very clean, right? I know it's a proprietary panel and whatnot and blah, blah, blah. But I was putting together the new Eclipse and I was a little bit,
but still,
like some hanky, some panky in there, right? Because like you're using, it's put together beautifully, but it's just weird that like that VESA mount, it's something like that was basically made by STB brackets, that panel that comes in, that the panel, the actual display panel attaches to when it's screwed into the bottom.
Yeah, the first generation is more awesome. Now it's just
it was
LG.
Through and through B&O. Now it's not.
Yeah.
Like it was little.
It's a little bit more harmony that way, that you put a screen on top of, as it's the idea as it should be.
But the picture and you know what? I must say the 55 I actually like more than 65 now. I've never seen the 55 in person, but now that I've seen it, I just find that the grill, the chunky of it, matches in much nicer than in the 65 when it's starting to become a little too narrow. You know what I'm saying? For how big the screen is. So I kind of re-fell in love with the Eclipse, but in the same token, I was mildly disappointed on how it comes together. What I also don't understand is there is not a single piece of instruction of anything anymore.
No.
Not even you don't even get like inspected by Bjorn Klausenstein, whatever the fuck, right? Like some quality control, whoever fucking sees it. It's Jewish.
It's a Jewish company.
So, it was disappointing that I didn't see any of that shit there. But I think that they're making a mistake of not including like a little pamphlet of how some things should be put together. Not just because I've never done it and I know how to do it, but I would like it to have for a client, then they can come back to it 5-10 years from now, pull up the paper and how this fucking screen comes off because we got a new one now.
I almost think they're protecting it because too much of that back end got leaked at one point, and then now it's just the dealers have access to it and they can print it if they wanted to. But it also keeps the dealer coming back because you have a hard time getting to manuals.
Yeah, I guess so. It's one way to look at it.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm agreeing. I'm saying this is my guess why they do it.
Mm-hmm. No, it makes sense because then you still create that niche of proprietorship and need for expertise of some sorts, right?
Yeah.
So.
Because back in the day, you could find all the manuals, basically. And now, if I look for a manual, you have to go to weird third-party sites with, like, manuals.com or whatever.
But still, the old, as I said, the Live Control 2 is still available on the Bang Olufsen site. in like the different languages that they had back in the day.
Maybe it's because they don't care about it, that it's okay.
Yeah, maybe. But I always felt that the old products has always been, especially for instruction manuals and all that, has always been available. But which kind of product do you feel that is not the same now? Otherwise, I think they are maybe more on YouTube now, maybe.
Yeah,
How
but
they
I
are
think they
instructing
stopped
people.
that as well. Because they
took
uploaded
a little-
like things that weren't available yet either.
On a commercial-free YouTube channel, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's a hidden channel, but if you type in the name, you can still
Well,
find
it doesn't matter. It's as hidden as their own support page, yes.
Yeah. I mean, I do like these headphones generally, but a lot of it
Yeah,
will
me
come
too.
down to the price, I feel.
And what do you feel the price would be okay, and what do you feel would be not too
Well, I
steep?
just put the product sheets of the EX and the EQs next to each other, and there is a driver difference, but it's basically the same. It may sound slightly different, but personally, I feel it should be basically equal money.
It should be $249.
I don't think they should go over 350 in my opinion. That video just reminds me of a poor take on Michael Jackson's Black or White. Can you fucking take it off the screen already?
Yeah.
It's spinning around makes me sick.
Very much black and white video, actually. Yeah. The reference to 90s music.
Oh,
but
God.
it's
I don't know.
It's comfort that you can count on.
One thing personally I don't really get is why even in-ear buds need active noise cancelling now.
Oh, it's nice.
I mean, I'm basically deaf with my E8 in my ear because if you get the right ear tips, they block out so much sound.
But there's the transparency mode is one of the things that you get as well with the active noise cancellation.
Yeah, but the E8
and that is very, very nice. And it's sometimes when I walk home from the city at night, when I've been out partying and stuff, it's nice to put in your AirPods and then everything is just the city's sleeping. So just put in your AirPods and turn on noise cancellation and everything just turns silence. And then it's just a better experience.
So you can't hear yourself singing when you get home or when you walk home.
Soul glow.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that they definitely are liked by the marketing department because they've done more on those than they've done on their core products. But I'm not going to beat that horse to the ground again.
This is way better than the EQs or the E, whatever they become ever since. This design is way better, I think.
Maybe if I was sitting in this chair 22 years younger, I would probably appreciate these a lot more. But I just don't care. I just don't care. Like I don't go out. I don't lead a lifestyle that requires me to have a fucking 6 different kinds of headphones and earpods and bitch pods and whatever in-ear, old ears.
But Willie, you're only like 30. How?
But
I'm 30 already.
In my opinion, the headphones that you have in your ears, Eric, is much better looking and much more sleek than these bulky ones from Bang & Olufsen. And B&O should make things that are pretty, not bulky, and looks like everything else. I mean, this looks like something comes from Wish.com or AliExpress.
Maybe they're.
Well, that's a bit harsh, but
is it? Seriously? Is it really?
I personally think so.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. I think it looks like something from AliExpress. I mean, they're like square, and there's no design thing about it, in my opinion. I mean, the only design about it is the B&O logo, and then the round metal lookalike thing.
It's a scratch of the logo could be anything. It could be like €15 or whatever headphones.
Exactly. It looks like something from Wish.com.
But if you take account to other products, like I don't remember all these kind of brands that actually do fantastic earbuds. They are called something with a J. Can't remember the name.
Was Jaybird?
But, maybe?
Jabra.
Jabra or something. Yeah.
Jabra.
There are other brands that do fantastic high-end earbuds that actually are fantastic and also sleek, good-looking design. So I think that Henrik is on right thing here, that we can demand more design from Bang & Olufsen, especially that this price point. And
we demand more.
We expect more.
Exactly. I'm just expecting more. This doesn't look like a B&O product. It looks like a product from AliExpress.
It doesn't look the price. That kind of.
So
Yeah.
did the E8s
love
look
it.
like Peep to you as well then, or is it just
No.
these?
Just
I mean,
these.
they're kind of luxury up with the box with the leather on it and some sort of that, but otherwise, it just.
This one is what, like the brushed aluminum box, right? Wow,
Mhm.
that's a big link. Something just popped up in the chat.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just did a quick search for something that looks like the Beoplay EX, and these looks like them. And Logitech has made something called the T200. They looks like them as well. I mean,
Yeah,
it's not something special here. I mean,
they don't stand out. Especially
No,
But
they
how
don't
much
stand out.
special can you how much special can you put into a flipping earphones, bro? Like
But
they've
look-
done so many of them, and like it's okay. So how many different shapes? Like we got fucking similar ears. So
yes,
it's like
but
how much more
Willie,
can you develop?
if you take a look at the AirPods Pro and the AirPods, they did something new. They reinvented the shape of an earphone that goes into your ear, like B&O did with the round thing, the E8s. That was spectacular as well. That was something new. This is just not something new. This is just something from wish.com.
Well,
I wonder. I see where you're going. Don't get me wrong. I have a feeling it's a bit harsh.
No, what I'm kind of agreeing with Henrik here is just they can do more, especially this kind of price range. I'm
honestly
looking
just
up
I'm utterly unimpressed by it. I'm just tired of the headphone game.
But that's
like,
the problem, Willie. I'm not impressed either, and I want to be impressed when I see a new B&O product.
Well, so do I, but I gotta fucking lie to myself here because this is not really a B&O product that I'm really wanting to see as new. Like, I don't care for this. Like, where's the fucking set of Lab 3 replacement speakers of some sorts? Some bookshelf, some that actually is fun to sell, fun to own.
But I mean, this was just a search when we were on live stream right now. I went on AliExpress, and the Logitech T200 looks like the same as well. And I mean, where is Christian Tier from? But I mean, it just looks the same. It's nothing special. I don't see anything special about this.
Can Michael see the link that I put on the chat in the regular chat? Because here you have the price for like Beolab 17s, but in earphones. What do you think of the design here? So,
But these are passive, aren't they?
I'm not seeing shit.
No, it's in the
No,
YouTube chat.
But the price
because
here
my
is
fucking
quadruple or even more,
Chrome's
guys.
frozen. That's why, son of a bastardly whore.
I mean, how much are these?
I can't see anything.
3,000 something euros would be
Bloody hell.
price. Indeed, yeah. But here you say, yeah.
But they're passive, right? These. So
Yeah, but
I guess
this is not regular headphones that you walk around with.
But
this is not
how
something.
much better?
They don't have microphones. They don't have noise cancellation. This isn't a product that needs to compare with the AirPods Pro.
No. But I see just the price. What do you pay for? Here is the design for that kind of a money here's what you get.
But
Actually,
that's also electrostatic drivers.
yeah.
See, they got no soul-stirring experience though in there.
No,
Some
I think
bullshit.
they're a kind of goddess or something. I don't know. But it's just like some extreme in earphones. That's just how they look.
I mean,
Yeah,
this is still
no way to compare them, but yeah, it's just extreme.
This is still
Mikey,
one of the
picture
funniest.
right now is the picture right now on the YouTube channel. Is that the picture from AliExpress of the B&O page?
This is the product sheet from B&O.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
Sorry.
I mean, I must say, we zoomed in and enhanced last week, and there is a microphone at the bottom of the stem, which is kind of interesting, or one of the microphones is there. But the funniest thing B&O marketing has done in a long time is soul-stirring sound.
I'm going to make a t-shirt. Soul-stirring sound. It's going to say.
But I can.
That could be
one thing
like-
that actually would be great if Bang Olufsen did something that they were actually proud of or was known for back in the day, was on their home phones, or there was actually good hearing that you can actually hear people
Soul-stirring
like talk.
conversations.
Yeah, they're maybe.
Yeah, I'd rather not have soul-stirring conversations with anybody. Fuck.
Hello. Oh,
I can
shit, you
change the
actually hear.
subject if you want to.
Yeah, please.
So I actually did an upgrade for the Harmony from a 65-inch to a 77. And I did it myself.
I saw that. Yeah.
Woohoo!
You what?
And
What?
yeah.
What?
I you know that we had flying cars here in Copenhagen.
Hej og velkommen tilbage.
So I got a new TV, a 65-inch. So I got everything with the invoice and all these kind of jazz. So I took the screen off, and I put the bottom mount on it, the LG mount on it, and sold it with the Penguin remote control, and sold it, and it went off the shelf in 24 hours. So then I went out and got a 77C1, because I thought that let's talk about the new TVs from LG.
Yeah.
And this video is actually called "Don't Buy a New Beovision Harmony, Buy a Used One." And the reason is that, I mean, I did the upgrade myself just to get that one done, and got the new speaker covers and the new mounting plate for the 77-inch. And everything was actually quite easy. The only difference was that I could actually take the 65-inch screen off myself, and I had to have the help of my dad to put on the 77-inch.
Oh, because you're
But
too
didn't
short.
Stig do it by himself?
You can't do
couldn't
this
do
to a 77.
As I say in the video, my arms are too short.
But Stig did it. Your friend.
Yeah, I know. But have you seen him? He's like 2 meters and 20. And
It's resting working. You can do
if
stuff
you
on
feed
two
him
tables.
Stig
water
is like-
if you feed him water after midnight, he will turn into a robot from Transformers. So that's the difference. So I did the change, and I put on a 77-inch, and I really I like the size of it. I hate the menu. Like,
Yeah, I saw
Eight.
that. It's so different.
the volume menu
laggy.
bar is now white and not pink, which is
That's
a
good.
much better experience. But the TV OS is so freaking
Laggy.
slow. I mean, you
Oh.
get commercials everywhere, like everywhere in the menus. There's
That's
It's
commercials.
cluttery. It's clutter all the way.
That's
yeah.
why it's slow.
It's all
Yeah.
over the place, and it's the same with the C2 and G2 panels. I just tested that. Right now, I actually would like a CX panel instead of the
Yeah.
C1, because the panel is so much more smooth. Every time you go into, and you don't go into these menus unless you're stupid like me. But I go into these menus. It's the curtains. I'm going into the menus when I need to do stuff, to make videos and for all the YouTube channels and stuff. And it just takes so long time when you press stuff. It's so slow. And I mean, it sucks. They also made a menu point
The reference
in
is
the menu
that if you
system
have,
that says, "Do you want to clean the cache so we will make your TV go faster?" And I mean, the CX panel and the C9 is just like boo, 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 boo. It just works.
Yeah.
When you change between your apps inside the TV, that goes fairly fast, also as fast as the CX. But it's just this screen that you have on the YouTube channel right here, where you have all the avatar, you have the local world news, finance, and stuff. It's just so slow.
Wait, that's not on your TV, all the top half? That's just ads, right? Like, holy
That's just
fuck.
ads.
That sucks.
The only thing I have installed on the TV is the B&O app, Netflix, and YouTube.
Yeah, I see that, yeah.
Can you
Bloody
uninstall
hell.
all this bloatware or what the
Nope.
fuck? Like, that's really?
For a reference, that if you have an Apple TV and put the PUC cable a little bit from what it should be, and it can be some lag. If you pass it, it just come on. That kind of feeling I felt through the video.
I kind of agree, Eric, but it's just a bit slower.
A bit slower, yeah. But that's not good at all, because the thing from me when I got the first the clips and all this on Harmony is that you don't need an Apple TV, I feel, because they're so fast in the menus from what they used to be in the Avant, the Beovision 11, and now they're gonna go back to even worse. And yeah,
this is very, very bad. And the G2C2 panel is as worse. Is the same as this. The picture quality compared to the CX, I can't see the difference. I can't see the difference from the C9 to the CX either. But I want 120 hertz refresh rate, which I can see from the C9 to the CX when I'm gaming. And the CX to the C1 has the same refresh rate, so and AMD FreeSync.
Wouldn't that kind of indicate there is a quality increase slightly because it looks the same on a bigger screen?
No. You can see when you go from the C9 to the CX, if you're a gaming first-person shooter, you can see the difference.
Yeah, but what I mean is, like, you don't see the difference between a 65-inch CX to a 77-inch now.
I can see the difference with that the CX was actually calibrated and the C1 is not.
Oh,
I can see that the CX was better right now, but I mean, it hasn't been calibrated, which is not fair.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure that if you get a CX out of the box, a C1 out of the box, you can't spot the difference.
Will you return the screen and actually go look for CX?
No, because I can't find an X.
Yeah. Some stores, they're really going, especially in Sweden. The price for a CX is actually the same on the C1, but as you say here, maybe it's worth it. But yeah,
those ads would drive me nuts, though.
I mean, if I would go for a B&O dealer, I would ask the dealer to get me a CX or a GX screen on the TV, not a C1 G1, because I mean it freaking sucks. Like it's at the point where I'm like, what? It reminds me of the Beovision 14.
Yeah,
wow.
I mean, it's seriously, Mikey. It's serious. It's totally. I'm not bullshitting you. It's so bad.
Yeah.
Because maybe it will be faster if you direct connect it to the Ethernet connection, but you can't do that with the sound center. Then I went to the local hi-fi store and we did that, and it was equally as low.
Yeah.
It's just the platform is doing way too much compared to the processor inside of it.
Is there no way to turn half of this stuff off by not agreeing to certain
I don't think so.
parts of the smart stuff?
I don't know, because if you don't agree to it, then you can't download the B&O app.
Oh dear Lord.
Yeah, I think it's
Then you should be able. Then you should have the B&O app on a USB stick and install it. I mean that's a crossroad.
They really got you by the fucking pigtails on this one.
I mean this picture you have right here on the screen is when you press the home button.
Yeah.
What? So you can't even watch TV anymore if you press the home button.
That's the home button right there. And this takes at least 3 to 5 seconds to load.
When I press the home button, I only have that lower tab
3 to
of
5 seconds.
apps,
That's
and the
like
rest is
Field
just
System
regular
3.
TV.
Yeah,
or
you
whatever
don't have
was
that
playing.
anymore. If when you press that home button, then you'll get that menu within 3 to 5 seconds, and then it takes 2 to 3 seconds to load all the content to show all the commercials.
Generic Enthusiast over on Twitch says there are options to disable promotions and limit ads in the menu. I'm not sure limit means get rid of them all, but any limitation would be good.
I've tried to turn everything off, and it's still slow. I don't have the same picture as this right now, because I have turned off some AIs and I've turned off some.
So you basically can't help it.
It's still just slow as fuck compared to the CX.
No, but like that's what you get. Here's all the shit.
It's like part of the reason why they sell it at the price they do, because they make it back on the ads they now show you in the home screens.
Mhm.
But that's a little ludicrous that they fucking hard embed them like that you cannot even take it off at all.
Well, you can, but then it is basically a panel and it won't do much of anything.
And I mean, if you have a television where you actually need to go clear out some caches,
that's crazy.
Then you did something wrong in the program.
Exactly. If you have never been able, or should have never been able,
do you think before, that? Well, I'm sure that you're not the only one with this complaint when it comes down to it. From the world.
If you just go to Google and write LGC1 slow, you'll get 100 pages.
So would that make then a sense that they would actually address it on a firmware update of any kind?
Pete says to turn off ads, you VPN choose country like Poland. So actually, you don't have to do that. You can put in the country Poland in your LG TV, and it won't give you the ads.
Really?
Yes, because there are certain Dolby apps that are available in the UK and they aren't here. So I set my TV to the UK and I could download them because it restarts and it goes to the UK app store.
Fucking
I'll try that.
BNO panel is registered to Mozambique
and then I'll definitely try that.
Hacker man.
Awesome.
Because like in the UK, Dolby has like an LG app for with all the like little videos that you can stream to show off your Dolby system, right? Like that's not available in continental Europe. But if you set your TV, all I did was literally your country I set to the UK and I could download it. It doesn't even matter that the language matches or not. It just the place you set it to. So maybe just set your TV to Poland.
Set yours to Kiev. Get all the new Kalashnikov ads.
Yeah, thank you, Pete, but also thank you, Poland, for having laws that you can't have this nonsense. I'm going to have my TV in Poland too, if I ever buy a new one.
I'll definitely try that tomorrow. Definitely. Because, I mean, it's a pain in the ass. But, I mean, I did switch off some of it, but it's still slow when it loads up. I mean, I don't think that I'll never get it back to the same speed as the CX.
And even though you turn stuff off, you still get this kind of picture.
Sure, it will just say no content or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell do you need with ABC News in Denmark? Like, that's so American. Do you even get that as a regular channel?
But what do I need that piggy thing?
For the kids?
You will have Peppa Pig on standby at always.
Give it a year or so.
Okay.
At some point, it'll be your wallpaper on the phone, bro.
Yeah.
And you don't even know how it got there.
Question from
the Peppa Pig is good in Danish, or it should be using the English version.
A question from Twitch Generic Enthusiast. This has been brought up before, but should B&O step in and skin the WebOS? Yes. Can they do it? Probably not. Will LG allow it? Probably also no. And also,
so there you go. There's how Mikey sucks the fun out of shit.
I mean, but imagine,
I agree,
like,
they should make a skin. They should make a B&O skin. I don't care.
I agree they should, but like that's going to cost them, right? Because LG
How
makes
much?
I don't know, like a 2-3 cents on every one of these fucking ads. So you have to. LG will probably say we'll allow you at I don't know $200-300 a panel.
So what? I would have paid that if I had fucking. Wouldn't you pay that you have a B&O skin with no goddamn ads and none of the bullshit on your thing? Wouldn't you pay
Personally,
the $200
yes. I
premium?
can see a lot of people go like,
Oh, you're
why?
right.
Yeah,
That's why.
Someone had enough.
But that's the same, like, that's the same people that, you can't help when they're wearing a mask in their own fucking car alone. It's the same people that just don't give a shit if they watch YouTube ads and don't pay fucking for YouTube Premium. Those are the people that I don't give it, like, whatever. I personally would pay for that because I don't want to waste my time watching this shit and try to wait 15 seconds to skip something.
He comes back
And
with
lately,
soul-stirring
something-
B&O ads only.
Fuck's sake.
But you don't want to miss the soul stirring ads.
Imagine on your
soul-stirring ad from
Beovision
B&O
Harmony,
would be
every
short.
time you press the home button, B&O ads start.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't get that. Why don't you, with that skin, with the you remember the volume bar at the top?
Yeah.
And why don't you get that when you press into the menus? Why don't you get ads for the Beoplay EX? Why don't you get ads for?
It used to be on the old Avantin V1. Remember when you went to the smart TV of it?
Mm,
It did show the ads of their current products, but that was
That only lasted
yet
for
another weekend on mushroom
Yeah.
trip and an idea like let's make our own smart TV. Yeah, that's good. You know what? Some shit should just remain a whiskey talk. All right.
yeah, but
Yeah.
but
it
but-
should
but
never.
it could
materialize.
definitely just relink into some B&O ads. They
No, I
It
understand
is
that, but
nice.
like when they did that smart TV with the BB11, right? Like that was ridiculous. What were you guys thinking? That you're gonna make your own apps and shit? Like, who's in charge of this wreck? And then nothing works now. The Deezer doesn't work on the V1. The YouTube doesn't work on the V1. It turns on the video for first 5 seconds, and it just freezes. Only the audio goes. So it's all out of date. So there's that. In
And
my
I
opinion, what they should have done,
upgraded
they
my
should have made a
own-
bigger crevice in the BeoVision or in the V1s, and to accommodate the fatter Apple TVs for the later years to come.
I remember
That's
that
the
I
only
can
thing that they should have
upgrade my
done.
old V1 TV to have smart functions.
By the way,
Also,
speaking of V1s, if anybody has an intermittent problem with their picture, like it goes pinkish or whatever,
yeah,
it's the problem in the cable, and it's a very simple fix. Just open the TV up, unplug that cable, take a Q-tip with WD-40. I don't know if you guys have that in Europe or not.
yeah.
And literally just clean the contacts, plug it back in. You save $600 off a new cable, and it fucking works. No problem.
Would you believe it? We even have duct tape over here.
Oh,
What color?
All of
are
them.
you continent?
All
Oh,
of them?
you
Right on.
continentals.
It's usually be like silver, fucking posers. Oh, we got all kinds. We got yellow and black stripes too. That's my favorite.
I have green one over there in the kitchen.
For what?
You continentals have
I don't know, it
everything.
just happened to be green.
Yeah, duct tape's awesome.
But
Anyways,
I mean,
so yeah, that's,
I would like B&O to make a skin, but I doubt LG would ever allow that. And
Well,
then,
with that skin would
software-
come the curtains as well, because I think they would do the curtains with it. They would have to do the curtains if they would go in that distance.
but also at that point, like, do we trust B&O software team that that TV will run properly?
yes,
We will.
yes.
Why wouldn't you? It's just a skin over top of the flake that doesn't have anything
I
I'm
mean,
to do
sure
with
there's
it.
something that you can fuck up in it.
They
Yeah,
have really
exactly. I don't
they
know.
have really upped the game. I mean, let's be fair.
They can't even, with hand, they're kind of secret that this product should be released this day. This always screw it up. So, what
I
else
mean,
can't screw up?
they have been very, very good in my opinion, and the guys who makes the apps have been very, very good in my opinion. I did have some issues where did we talk about where I tried to give them a rating of 0?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There has
That
been some
wasn't-
fuck ups, but I mean,
Yeah.
I think they're doing quite a good job right now.
I don't
I mean-
disagree, but it's always the thing like, oh, we didn't test with that, and that's what apparently everybody uses.
It really
That's
comes down
true.
to it's a
That's
small
true.
company, but yeah. But yeah,
Small
have
company
higher
or not, man, you
expectations.
should test your product. You should test your product thoroughly. It doesn't matter. It's just what it is.
Indeed.
I have a feeling that half of this software is tested in a sandbox environment and not actually on the product.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
for sure.
and not tested with a customer. Just
Yes.
test it like we do at. Let's put it in a room and test it. How would you watch TV? How would you listen to music? And how would you use the product from day to day? Give it 2 hours and then leave and give us your feedback. That's what's gonna happen. That's what happens right now, in my opinion. They don't do like they usually do, where they actually get some promoters and set the product out at the person's house to test it out, like they did with the BeoSound 35 in that era. Because that makes sense. It makes sense to put a BeoSound 35 into a system where, okay, we have a good customer here. Let him sign an NDA. Don't talk about it. Don't show it off. And if you have people over, cover it up or remove it, and test it every day if you want to. I mean, it takes a lot of time to test stuff. And I mean, I do a lot of testing in my house, and it takes a bunch load of time.
Even though most workers from Bang & Olufsen, even though they have Bang & Olufsen from different eras and all that, so give it to some worker that is, as you say, sign this kind of agreement. And
I see your socialisming.
The problem about that, Eric, is that, in my opinion, 10, 15, 20 workers will be capable of this. The rest of them don't even know the products because they come from the street and just got a job there. And, oh, I'm a marketing director now, and look at my fucking headphones here. And the other one, oh, I just got a 55-inch Eclipse. And it's just like...
Yeah, I'm not talking to those kind of new
fine.
In-house kind of...
Get to the core people. Get to the people that uses the products. I mean, I'll bet you most of the people at Bang & Olufsen, maybe they have a TV and maybe a speaker and a pair of headphones, but that's it. They're not keen users as you are. I'd rather, if it was in my opinion, I'd rather give the product to you. I mean, you're still Swedish, but I will definitely give it to you before somebody else and let you test it. And then you will come back to me and says, Henrik, this is soul-stirring sound from this unit. And I've taken it into the bath with me, so I guess it's IP55 waterproof.
When I tried out the headphones, it feels like my soul was kind of,
compared to giving it to a customer, to an employee that's just working here. I mean, it's, Eric, you're a school teacher. It's the same as saying that you should test out every pencil. You couldn't care less because you work with it every day.
Or laptops, yeah.
I mean, it's just, I bet you that the 38 people that's watching here and then withdraw 4, the 34 people that's watching here is a better person to test out the product than maybe 80% of the employers of Bang & Olufsen.
I should remember back in the day when most of the employers actually had plenty of Bang & Olufsen stuff. And
yes, but that was back in the Masterlink days.
Yeah, I think you're right, maybe. Yeah.
Well, but Masterlink was solid and it always worked, right? So there was really not much.
Not even that. It's just those kind of products, and everything was just so different and special back in the day. And had more trust to the company, I guess, or something. I don't know. But yeah, most people back then.
Simpler system because everything had to be hardwired.
Still, yeah, basically. But still pretty expensive.
Yeah, but the problem. Cats. The problem is always the connection, really, and how it interacts with stuff. I mean,
but Masterlink was Masterlink. Now it's like you're depending on okay, what router do we have in the house? But then again, that's what that testing environment is, right? Like, let's put it out to the people's homes and see what they've got. Somebody might have the ISP's router, somebody that, gets a little more savvy is like, well, I'm going to get an Asus one or something, right? And it's just, now you get these different network combinations and shit that now we can collect real data from real households.
That's a very, very good observation, Willie, because if you go to store in Denmark, then everybody in the north in Jutland has the same ISP provider with the same 3 routers.
Yeah.
So
they
let's
circulate,
test
yeah.
all over the place. And I mean, it's just a no-brainer. But I mean, the company have grown too fast, in my opinion, and they're not really sure how they should roll these kind of things out. That's not how I would do it, but I mean, I have to, in my company, run 24/7. I'm very glad that B&O is not a part of that, because, I mean,
Are you gonna get
I just think
sponsored
that-
soon, and then you have pictures of you with like the portals all behind the scenes?
With the beard all gone and shit.
Beoplay, sponsored by B&O.
Yeah.
no, I don't think so. I think I'm in the doghouse at the moment.
I just
You'd
I think so
wonder.
too.
Hey Eric, since you're Swedish,
I
right?
think
And
so, too.
supposedly all Swedes know each other. Don't you know this new CEO, Christian Ter? Like, isn't he like your uncle or something?
Sure is.
Because you could propose him to make like a new ad or something, and send that they send you some headphones, like these new soul stirring ones, and it's just you cooking, and you always end up with scrambled eggs because it's so soul stirring.
Isn't that kind of old rule that you get 5 steps between people? I know a guy that knows a guy that knows a guy that actually knows this kind of CEO. So sure, I guess I do for some way, but yeah.
I'll send him an
And-
email.
Yeah, who do it?
He'll go, oh, dur.
But I mean, if they compete with the AirPods Pro, I would love it, because I will take my AirPods Pro and throw them out of the window and go with the EX. Of course I would.
Same here.
Because I'm a
but
fanboy.
as for now, these are better.
As we know,
Yeah.
because we don't know the EXs.
No, it's a new product that we don't know.
I mean, I had the marketing department call me, and I said that they asked if I wanted to test them out, and I said, well, if they're better than the AirPods Pro, I would definitely test them out. But you know my experience of B&O headphones, and if they're not up for the chase, don't even bother. And I haven't heard anything yet.
Yeah.
That may not mean anything because
But that's not exactly, Mikey. That may not mean anything.
because these people that are supposedly in communication, highly educated communication skilled people don't know how to communicate properly. It's kind of strange.
But for you, Henrik, that use kind of in earpods and pods and all that, do you listen to music or listen to podcast or phone calls? Where do you use them?
Podcast,
Yeah.
phone, and then music.
Yeah.
Well,
I
phone,
guess so.
then podcast, then music.
I
But
mean, it's podcast, phone, and music. Barely.
so is the primary critique really the switching from devices and how quickly that
Oh
goes?
yes, because I'm on my phone,
Mm-hmm.
and then I go to my desk, then I open up my iPad, and then it switches to the iPad, and then I'm walking off with my laptop.
Because if these work anything like the Portals PC PS4 version, if my phone goes
It's fine.
right now, like they ring in here, and I can set it to start muting you guys and pick up my phone through the headphones.
I'm just saying that I've never had a pair of headphones that switches between. I mean, if I
It's so
if I'm
seamless,
on,
yeah.
if I put on my headphones right now, and my iPhone is right in front of me, my computer is here, and my iPad is here. If I'm touching the phone, it connects to the phone. If I'm touching the keyboard, it connects to the MacBook Pro, and it's just a seamless work of art. It's amazing how it does it.
It's very intelligent to what product that you're using. That you actually know compared to old times where you have to go into Bluetooth settings, pair them, and
I never.
connect
Well,
them. Yeah.
that's not true, because a few times I need to go into settings, especially on my MacBook Pro, and I have to connect them when I'm in a Teams meeting, which sucks. And I've tried that a handful of times, and I hate it when I have to do it.
Yeah, because I think that Yeah, it should be doing this kind of thing at the moment, but yeah. But I think that the quality of music and all that would be amazing for this. But yeah, I just see that for the price, it would be very hard to justify their kind of portal money.
I mean, the price point on the EX needs to be at the same price as AirPods Pro. It needs to be around $249, $250 US.
Fucking dream on, dude. There's no way they're gonna be below $300 or euros.
I agree they should be, but I also don't think they're likely to be.
Yeah.
I put those at $350, and I'm being very generous. If the other ones that are coming out are $400,
I'm guessing between $500 and $600.
Yeah, I think it's portal money. Yeah.
Cool.
No, I think you're out to lunch, brother. That's a little too much. I think that I'll be pissed.
Maybe
they better fucking be some soul stirring ass sound coming out these bitches for $600, bro. For $600, they should be jumping in my ears themselves.
450 or 500.
Let's see what the EQs say. Do they have that 10-word nonsense? Oh, they don't. But the EQs have basically the same specs, more or less, different driver. The EQs even have longer battery life, but not by much, but like 30 minutes.
But the numbers aren't everything, but yeah.
If you just search the interweb a bit, I'm not gonna say the price, but we have an internal chat here, and if you guys want to collaborate the picture, or if you just want to say the price, then you have it right there.
Okay.
For the people that are interested, come join our Discord. Link is in chat.
It says that it's Australian dollars.
Yeah, no one can convert those, so yeah.
But that was just
like
a quick search on the internet.
Yeah, Monopoly money.
So everybody can find the price if you want to.
It's also under the BioSound tab in our Discord. And I think Australia is like all the other Commonwealth countries where the sales tax comes on top of it. As in, it's not like continental Europe where the sales tax is in it. But I'm not entirely sure.
Al, if that's the price, you can't be serious, man. You can't be serious. But
are you taking 2 pairs, Willie?
I'll take
one for each ear.
That's right. Wow. Well, it's
hypothetically for anybody in chat as well.
Put in a price point. Would you pay 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700? What would you pay for a pair of headphones?
1,000.
1,000.
Hypothetically for the chat, right? Because nothing is official yet on this side of the pond. If the EXs match the AirPods in every which way, would you pay 2x for it?
I would pay 300 compared to the 249 of the AirPods if they would do the same as the AirPods, because then I would get them into the B&O app. I would like to give some money to B&O because of just
fanboyism. Yeah, I get that, but I'm in the same boat. But I'm just wondering where that limit is.
I would pay $350. I would pay $100 more.
Yeah,
$350.
I'm on a $350 boat. 350, 375 plus tax. Now you're fucking around the $400 mark. But I would say 375 would be my top. But
Michael,
I think I'd go with the AirPods at that point, because I'd rather keep the money and buy like another level or something like that, right? Or another M3 if I walk into one.
Well, if you do that, play the lottery ticket as well.
You can buy an Edge.
Why? M3s are great.
Yes, they're amazing, but they're just out everywhere.
I can ask my dealer if he still has one. I bought one recently.
You did?
Yeah, a black one.
I had to, so yeah.
I just went with the level. But
I don't know.
Yeah. If you
so, how much would you pay, Mikey? $249?
Yeah, I'd go for the Apple at that point. If it's 2X or Apple, then I'd go Apple.
But what is the AirPod Max? What's the price of those?
Let's see.
500 or 4 something.
That's 3,800.
Yeah, but the AirPod Max are those over ear.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of on par with the HX.
Supposedly,
Yeah, but they
they're
do
about
sound better.
€480 here.
That is $552. So that's $549 for the AirPod Max.
I mean,
And they do sound better than the HX.
It's like Google knows me, and it brings it up in pink.
But for me, it's just the design of the
Jesus Christ. That's a real headphone?
Yeah, that's from Apple.
Holy fuck.
Like,
I
if
did
it's
not
these
know
are the
that.
portals, I'm buying portals all day.
Yes.
Oh, hell
even
yeah.
even H6 at the HX at this point, because of
You
the
gotta
design.
dye your fucking hair like teal color or something to afford like walking around with these.
And the portals and all that are actually portable. You can fold them up and carry them with you. These, can you please show
These have that hip
audience,
bag, don't they? Where you can do
Yeah.
that and then wear them on your hip, on your belt or whatever.
It looks like a
What?
folded bra,
No.
even though it looks like a designer bag or it looks like a folded bra.
You
Yeah.
got a t-shirt with the rainbow
It doesn't really
shit too.
fold them up that much, so you rather just keep them on your head. It's kind of the most convenient way to carry them. Yeah.
Wow.
I would like
Yeah.
to do an A/B test with their AirPod Max compared to the H95s.
Look at this.
Yeah.
There's
me, I have
a
tried
write-up,
these
I
and the
think,
H95.
on Reddit about that, where somebody did that. And it was basically the same thing, what you always say it comes down to. Do you want the full iPad or the Apple functionality, or do you want the best sound in terms of H95s?
Yeah, because I tried both, and the H95s are way better sounding. I have to say
Okay.
that. But yeah, it just if you're Apple user and use them for every Apple product, I guess these will, as you say, more convenient. And yeah,
They
First-
look really, really bad.
Personally, I don't really
compare,
even
yeah.
consider HXs anymore since the portals came. Because for
same here.
most
Yeah.
indoor activities with headphones on, portals are better, in my opinion.
I don't understand why the HX is still there.
Especially the same price point. Yeah.
Exactly. It doesn't make sense.
I mean, they should either drop in price, which is fine, because then it can take over the H4 Gen 2, because those are apparently gone as well now.
Yeah, but why should they have so many different headphones that could do the same job?
Because
Yeah,
now
that's
what I
the
was saying last
cheapest ones are the EQs, and they start at €400.
But think about this. Okay. So behind you, Mikey, we have the Lab 50s. Behind Willie, we have the small 90s. And behind Eric, we have like a Histon bed. And behind me, we have the Shape. And all we talk about is fucking headphones.
Well, they don't produce much else at the moment.
No, but it's a headphone company. So shouldn't we just stop this?
Okay, you heard it here first, the last show.
That's the last show.
206, and that's it.
I mean, the whole chat here, I bet you that they're on par with me right now. Because not with the stopping of the channel, because they want to listen to do the nerdy stuff, of course, and it's fun. But it's just headphones now, and it sucks. I mean, it's sad. And every time something big happens on their Instagram account is, oh, something's gonna happen in 10 days, and then they have a timer, and yeah, we do it in pink now, or in green, or in infantry green now, and who cares? I mean, I know that you can't come out with new products all the time, but this is a headphone
actually,
company.
Yeah, because when they actually did a pair of Beolab speakers, they were phenomenal. They were extremely successful, the Beolab 28s. What they can do, they produce the music, kind of the price point
Exactly,
reason.
Eric. But it's not. It's just not. It's not fair just to say that they're only a headphone company, because they have the past year was crazy. I mean, with all these different kind of things that they made, which is amazing, and more wants more. But I mean, I just feel so sad every time they come out with a new headphone, and all they show on their Instagram profile is stupid people wearing headphones, and yeah.
I agree. I've been talking about that for a while, man. And
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, they were and still are kind of hit hard by the whole supply chain, and I get that to a point.
I do too.
But you can still marketing the kind of product that you already are selling. You can marketing shape. You can marketing all this kind of Beoplay, Beolab speakers. You can marketing.
What are these fucking island boys from China, or what are these blonde fucks?
South Korea. South Korean island boys.
but is that the market now?
Maybe, I don't know.
Is Denmark not a part of the main selling point anymore? Is Sweden the Scandinavian market? Is it Korean and
Asian market is big. I think South Asia and
I know, but is that the main
South Korea and
part
Japan,
now?
The Asian market is big in size, not in the money spent. Like,
because they can't really buy the labs and the visions because the tax for those products are extreme.
I mean, the Benelux,
what they can buy is
the UK and Denmark are still, I think, the leading places for sales for B&O. Benelux being the Netherlands, Belgium, Luxembourg.
Yeah.
I mean, Germany.
I'm just curious because I mean, their Instagram profile is definitely trying to target some other customers.
Yeah, but that's kind of why, like, I brought up the H4 Gen 2s. Like, if you want to go into entry-level B&O, you can't start it like €400 for EQs. Like, have some headphones that are attainable. Like, because
remember the Form 2Is? I mean, those were
these
cheap.
Are my H4 Gen 2s. They're still great. They're still good. They were 300 when new. If you could get these as a deal on Black Friday or whatever for 200, people will love these and they will start loving the brand. They're really good headphones for the price.
Yeah, same drivers, but not the functionality of other.
Yeah,
more high-end.
Like, I don't get it. Yeah. These are a great buy.
But we're still talking about headphones.
Yes, but like, since we're talking about what they apparently want to attract when we look at their Instagram and that sort of thing. Because, like, what do they have in the speaker realm that's attainable? Nothing, really.
Level.
P2.
Level, I guess.
The kind of customer.
That Explorer thing, whatever.
But even that is 1,200 and something euro.
Yeah, and the Emerge is just like an excuse for itself. And then you have the Explorer, which is a portable speaker with the A1. I mean...
Yeah, I also agree with Sandeep that it seems a specific strategy now to target the extremely wealthy, where it's these people that buy these products that don't even use them. They just put them in the house because they look good in the house that they visit once a year, maybe, if even.
And then they do all the bread and butter for all the young people who buy headphones.
But I'm just saying, if it's entry level, it's so expensive at entry level. If entry level starts at 400, like we just said, the M3 is great, right? That was €300. Even if you do the whole inflation price up, it's 350. Like, why did you stop making that?
The entry level would be the same comparatively to like buying a fucking Seat and buying an Audi, right? Like, there's a difference between an A3 and whatever.
But I impulse
Asian-made car.
Bought the M3 because I went to place and forgot the A1 and needed something, and I went to a store and they had the M3 and boom. So
just think about think about if the reason we also take the Explorer and the A1 out to the side is because that they don't do the network link. if they had the possibility of network link and up the price $100 a piece, I would definitely buy some. Because I mean, I'm not the explorer kind of person who would buy this stupid product. I like it because it's pretty sturdy and you can beat it, which is nice.
Yes,
That's what she
but it's
said.
just a Bluetooth speaker.
But I mean, the cool thing, if that one had network link, I mean, that would be a game changer. If
Yeah,
the
because
burger
right
bun,
now
the
it's just a
A1
Bluetooth
had
speaker.
be a network link, that would be a game changer,
Yeah.
like a big game changer.
But what's the utility of it?
The
You
same
can
as
just have
the
it plugged
M3.
in as a speaker. Yeah.
The same as the M3 at the same place where you would put a Google Home, the same place where you put an M5, whatever. Then you could do multi-room in your whole house for
Very little.
$500.
Yeah.
Sandeep did say that in the last, is it in the last? What's that called again? Where they talk about the financials of the company, that they were basically going to target the ultra high-end, ultra rich people around the world.
Well, have Bang also now closed?
I think we're the plebeians in this, like investor
But is Bang also
presentation. That's
sanctioning Russia right now?
It doesn't matter. There's so many other people.
Yeah, but
I mean, you can find 5,000 of them in China alone. If they all buy a set of 90s, B&O's happy.
Indeed, yeah.
Like they couldn't even come across with the demand, even if 100 ordered right now, they'd be running those for like the next 2 years.
But as I said,
I think they could make it.
Great taxes, immense taxes on these kind of
But if you're a
higher
billionaire,
end.
you don't care.
Yeah, but in kind of our case, that will be a game changer because most people that I know are in kind of our price and products that we use. For them to buy actually a Beovision, but for them it's just, why should I when I can just buy an LG and just.
I mean, if I was a Chinese billionaire, I'd definitely buy it all here because apparently here at the border, if you're Chinese, you get all the sales tax back.
I'm at that point right now where if I didn't have B&O in my whole house, I probably would look elsewhere at the moment.
Yeah.
And that's not something that I say out of humorous or anything, but there's so many other companies that does a very good job at multi-room and all these kind of things.
But it doesn't look as good though.
It doesn't look as good. But I mean, they do have the build quality.
You could do it for what, 40% of the price, 50% of the price with these other.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a it's a struggle right now to actually be on par and saying that I pay for Bang & Olufsen stuff because it's the good shit. And right now it's just something is good and something is definitely shit. It's not like it used to be. It's not like, wow, this is just amazing. When I showcase stuff for people around saying, oh, you paid $20,000 for a TV. Yeah, but see this is amazing. Now it's just like, I don't really, you know, when you have to showcase it and you press all the buttons and it doesn't turn on.
Yeah.
Why would you do it?
Letter.
Why?
It's the bloody Bio virus.
Why
when
pay that amount of money
for paying this kind of extra money and it doesn't work? Yeah, that's just.
It's just. I mean, if I don't know. And I wasn't even unhappy when I went into this, like this jet right now. I'm usually the one that hates everything, and I really don't hate everything. And I love my Bang & Olufsen, but right now I'm just I wouldn't get rid of my Shape because I love the looks of it, but I would probably just have it as a standalone system. I'm
Yeah, we're Beoplebs.
I don't know.
I don't.
I don't know if they lost a 15-year customer, 20-year customer. I'm not sure yet.
I think I have 1 or 2 more buys in me, and then we're calling it quits. And we'll see when its stuff ends.
But just think about that, Mikey. We're running YouTube channels. We talk about this stuff. We love the stuff. But on the other hand, we're like, is this gonna last? As I said,
I'm not rich enough to keep on making this last.
If
Super
I was,
chance.
Yeah.
When I was on your channel 2 weeks ago, I said that I made a video where it says sell all your stocks at Bang & Olufsen because of this. And I haven't released it yet because I still hope to God that they will do something different. And then you just think about how the complexity of launching a new product and how they just fail time after time. And it's just the same big thing.
But now we're very much in the negative. But still, the level has been, or the stage has been, and even the Beoplay 28s, they're very successful. But,
Yes.
I mean, they have been before, and David Lewis time, they produced stuff, and there was kind of not so much in the news. Now they has news every so and so often. I mean, so.
I think the only problem they have is with marketing. I think they only have a problem with marketing because they're not advertising their core stuff. There's a lot of good shit there.
They also have problems with the new price points. And I do understand the new price points because everything is getting more expensive. But people is not earning more money.
Exactly. That's kind of
everything is going up. So
it's at a point where it's so expensive that I mean you had a tough time to like, I had a tough time telling my wife that now we're going to buy a new TV and we're going to pay that amount of money for that TV.
You told her?
And well, the last time I actually didn't, but but she came home and she looked at it and she said, "Oh no, you didn't." But I mean, it's just so much money now for what you can get from elsewhere.
The best example for me is that the Beoplay 18s now are the same money as when the Beoplay 20s came out. And that's kind of
That's insane.
That's insane because the 28s are not as good or has been better, has been upgraded to the point of Beoplay 20s. Yet they are the same price range. So that's kind of really fucked up. And people still buying them because
the 20s are cheap now.
There are no 20s.
Aren't they discontinued?
They're definitely cheap.
Yeah, for what they are if it's a second-hand market, but because of no one bought them at the first price time.
That's because they look like shit.
Yeah.
I agree.
I can agree. I just bought them because of the symmetry, so I didn't have to have a subwoofer. But
excuses.
I never liked the design of them, yet I had them. So, but
I mean,
I didn't like
it's just a very, very.
It's a tough time in general.
It's a tough time, and it's not only Bang & Olufsen that struggles right now. It's everybody.
But as with Willys 90s, they've been double in price.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And for those people who there is something super expensive or very expensive, and now it's double. It just goddamn.
Yeah, and the 50s is very expensive too. The Harmony is expensive. The Shape went up €1,000 just for the base price.
Yeah, that's steep.
The Harmony, fortunately, though, hasn't gone up that much because also the way they price it out, they are kind of rescued by LG and the panel price coming down.
But the sound center still got an up in price.
Yeah, but it went up €750, and the next LG panel will start at $1,000 less than the last one.
Mm.
I mean, to put it this way, the next 77G, I think C2 will be €5,500 here, and that thing when it launched was over €7,500 here. And
But
it's a
Henrik is
C9.
saying that C2 is not good, C1 is not good.
Sure, but like if at the base of it, like
Yeah.
like
that's the same with the
you can
new
make it dumb and
refrigerator.
attach an Apple TV to it.
It's the same with the refrigerator, a washer and dryer and a dishwasher. Everything has gone up in prices. I mean, in Denmark, they said the other day that you had to, 7-14-21, you have to use 3,200 euros more a year just to live.
Yeah,
If
it's
you
a
have-
bit similar here. That's
You
why
Exactly.
guys have to pay
So
for fuel.
when
You guys have
my
to pay for
issue
fuel.
is that all the luxury stuff, all the big cars, all the
didn't you just
luxury
buy one?
brands. Come again?
Didn't you just buy one of those?
Yeah, but I
Panamera.
mean, I will still buy another one because
V8.
thank God I'm not that hurt in this thing. But I mean, a lot of people is, and a lot of people that are struggling and actually buying the Bang & Olufsen stuff will take this. This is something that is nice to have, not need to have, and then they will throw back and say, "I won't buy it anymore."
Well, look at the Bang & Olufsen back in 2008 to 2010.
That's
kind
some
of-
struggling times.
Yeah, some struggling times, and the Beoplay, the birth of Beoplay, and
So are the four of us now in a new category where we're basically Beo-poor?
I'm not a
say
man and
it's
I'm not a
Beo.
woman.
I wouldn't say it's Beopoor. It's just right now there's nothing for me enticing enough to buy.
No, I'm fed up. No, I will buy the EXs if they're great.
yeah, same here.
Maybe
That's me.
like putting on very rose-colored glasses and thinking of
And I do surround speakers.
at getting a different option or looking at different sides of this. If B&O was more open with like communication, and let's say they said like, I don't know, half a year ago up to now, like let's say this corona / transport issue has hit us so much harder. We had a bunch of fun stuff that was more attainable planned, but we just can't. Like, if they were more open in that sort of communication, would that change the outlook from all of us? I personally think it would. Like, if they
would be
more or less said we
understandable.
had something similar to follow up 17/3s,
Yes.
but we just can't make it happen because everything is too expensive.
Yes. If they came out and said, "Hey, we're working on a new sound bar that will do surround sound and a second gen stage and a reassessor for the Beolab 3. We're looking into new 12.3s. We're looking into why shouldn't we do a shape just with a subwoofer tile? Something like this. Why don't they do this? Like, keep us in touch." That
They
would
completely miss this kind of topic, but I don't know.
They
which
do miss
time,
all
but-
the opportunities, and then they keep it all to themselves. And then out of a sudden, they attempt to release it anyways beforehand. And then we talk about it, then they get pissed. So why don't they just...
Billy says, but wouldn't that affect sales now if they talk too much about the future? Too much, sure. But
Sure.
they can level with us, because I was talking to some dealers and they heard, and therefore I heard through the grapevine that, I forget which speaker it was, but there was a speaker where a chiplet that was normally $2, if they wanted it next month, they asked $300 for the same chiplet.
Yes.
Like, there's no margin anymore to make any of these speakers. Like, if you literally explain that a bit to your fans and or basically loyal customers, we all go like, we get that. We'll wait, because that's fine. Because we understand that at that point it's undoable. Because
we better wait then.
I mean, they could be vague about it or say like, would you guys rather wait, or should we just charge 300 more? If everybody says charge 300 more, then they also know, like, okay, whatever, we'll just make it, right?
But I have a question for Henrik that couldn't wait for a new subwoofer that actually went for a new subwoofer. How is the new... Does it actually fit underneath the sofa? 10-inch?
Yes, it does.
Because that one was pretty good.
I mean, the cool thing about it was that I was just trying to figure out what would make sense, and I also took into consideration, should I look into the Beolab 19 and just keep the 19, or what should I do? Because the 19 is still a very, very beautiful product.
Indeed, so very much.
So I took the time and I went all over the place to find some subwoofers, and I found this Sigberg Audio from Norway. And I mean, I saw the white paper on it, and I was just like, this can't be true. This can't be true that they can make this into this box at this price point. And I was just like, let's try it out. So I called up the guys, and we had a very big struggle to get it here from Norway through DHL with the import taxes and stuff. But we got it to work, and now he knows how it works. And I got it here, and it had the DSP. You just lock your computer into it, and you do the sweeps, and you can make it sound like how you want to sound.
Yeah.
And I put it under the sofa, so Heidi didn't know that it was here. And when I watched movies, it was just like a butt kicker, like it was amazing. And I mean, I'm also saying that you don't really need subwoofers if you have lap 28s, and that is kind of true. But those 5% of movies where you really want to get the stress level up and up the volume, you do need a subwoofer. And but for normal listening, 95%, 90% of the time, you don't need it for the lap 28s. But that margin of movies that you want to listen in loud conditions, then you do need a subwoofer. And
so, do you have it as a speaker group? Do you have it set as a speaker? Do you have it set as a speaker group that you only listen to it, like the subwoofer only comes on in the movies, or does it always?
I mean, normally when I had it right now, it's just on the normal speaker group. It's just 5.1, so it's always on. But you can't hear it before you really get into it. Mm-hmm. The sofa shakes a bit, but that's it. But when you watch a movie, it's so much more to the movies, because I've had
only the 10-inch.
I had a butt kicker in my cinema room before, and that was kind of cool. But this gives you the bass and the oomph, but it shakes the sofa in a very, very cool way. So I mean, for the price point of what you're getting, and it's not a piece of art that you will show off. But
it is something you hide.
You hide it away, so you don't see it, but it gives so much more to the experience. And I was so amazed. So yes.
But how much did it differ? I can't really remember from your video, but from the 10-inch to 12-inch in money and height.
I think the price point was like 200 euros or something.
Yeah.
It was nothing. Let me see. It's 500 euros.
Well, that's not much. It's doable.
It's doable, and I mean, the product was just so nice. And I did a video where I found a Windows laptop to connect to it, and you can do the DSPs and everything into it. It's amazing.
It's an amazing product. I never experienced it by myself, but from what I see and the size of it, it just seems that they really figure out how to produce big, deep bass.
It gives deeper bass than the Lab 2.
Yeah.
And this is only a 250 watt amp. And the Lab 2 is an 850, right?
Big difference.
It gives a very big rattle if you want to, but it's not as good in music as the Lab 19, in my opinion. But then when I listen to music, I don't have the subwoofer on anyways on the 28 because it doesn't make sense in my opinion.
Most music doesn't even go that low.
No, so I'm not. But to be fair, I think that the Lab 19 is a more musical subwoofer than the Incognito is. But for movies, this is much better.
You kind of have to say that Beolab 90 is for the 18s to sound good with music.
Yeah, but what I needed was when I listened to the videos or movies that I see and watch and do as a reference. When I got rid of the fives, I was just like, I need something like that in the living room, and I didn't have that anymore. So I put this Incognito in, and it was just like, oh, I got it back. It's amazing.
Yeah, but compared to the 8000 that went for the Beolab 2s, that was too kind of goofy in that kind of sense.
The Lab 2 was too boomy and uncontrollable. And the problem about the 2 and the 19 is that it is uncontrollable. But this you can control everything.
Just imagine the 12-inch would be
well, there's also no passive drivers, which helps.
Well, those are sloppy as hell.
Yeah.
On the Lab 2, like that's they just run away from you.
The problem with the 2 was that you couldn't use it for music at all. It was way too slow.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's all over the map. It's funny when you watch like the slow-mo of the Lab 2. It's insane how disconnected the passive radios are from.
I'm not sure that if the Incognito, and I have to be totally honest about this. I'm not sure if the Incognito was as musical as the 19, but it was unmusical because it was under the sofa. That could be true.
That it's muffled?
Probably, yes. It worked great for movies, but in my opinion of what I tested, the 19 was just better at music. But the Incognito was just better at movies, like a lot better.
So it's more or less 55-45 split. B&O is now a headphone company with speakers too. Is about 55%. Not sure that's great news, but at least you know what you're being viewed as.
If you look at the Instagram, that's one thing.
Well, it's also, if we look through our own chat with the people present, I have a feeling there's a good mixture of new and old guard of B&O, so to say.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because, there's quite a lot of old systems that are still amazingly good systems. And then there's quite a lot of people still wondering what to do.
Indeed.
Man Cave, I really, really disagree with you. I just saw your comment that you want a digital audio player that's portable. I do understand why you bought the M17. I do understand it, but I don't think that it's a product that you will sell to the minority of the people. It's like very specific Darko thing, but it's nothing that a normal person would go out and buy, in my opinion. I don't think either Eric, Willie, Mikey, or me would go out and buy it.
No, why?
No.
I've no need for that at all.
Exactly. You have your phone. But then you have
buy a second phone or an iPad, or
then you have the specific amount of persons that, not a lot, but small amount of person that wants it. So Man Cave, I totally disagree with you.
I just have a small iPod for the Porsche because it doesn't have the Apple Play function to it, so it need auxiliary.
But I do understand it. I do understand it.
Yeah. It's not. Yeah.
Yeah, it's way too small. As Sandeep is saying, it's way too small. It's not a market where you will earn any money. Not for Bang & Olufsen, at least.
I mean, still Sony uses their Walkmans and they're good at what they do, but the market for them.
Yeah. I forget who it was who said B&O should revert back with the chiplets to make their own chiplets, but it just doesn't work that way anymore.
No, sadly.
Like the Beolab 5 era, they could sort of do that because it was all big ass chips if they had anything, and stuff was EEPROM'd. which you could flash, and like it's
And now they don't have any more.
yeah. I mean,
No, they don't.
So you're
I don't think B&O can make anything even 75 nanometer size, let alone 22. Like, before you put that, that's like €1 billion before you have a supply chain for that. Even if you do it yourself. Like, they don't have that money. I would love it if they did it, but they don't have that money.
It's not reasonable, yeah. And I get that. Yeah.
I mean, it's one of those situations where they kind of... they could have reverted to not being clever with things. Like, they could have done it forever, like the 5 situation, right? Where they could have soldered boards together, but then you would have never had the interconnectivity of like 90s, 50s, or speaker presets and all that sort of thing. That's really
makes them
changed the
so
sound.
special, yeah.
Or on the fly, change your room calibration, that sort of thing. Billy actually said something I thought of earlier today. Maybe Elon should buy B&O next. And I'm not even joking. Because Elon Musk is an engineer by heart.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, all. No, I love Elon. He's an amazing person. I just hate all the Tesla owners because they're fucking douchebags.
Sure, but there's a lot of ex-B&O employees that make the sound system for Teslas.
Yeah, I know. And it sounds very good.
Because it's a lot of ex-B&O employees that work for Tesla now.
I just hate all the people driving Teslas.
Yeah, the kind of hardcore fans, but still, you can't really say that it's a bad car per se. So
no, but it's just no. Well, it is a bad car. No, the Model 3 is very, very good. I don't know about the Model Y, but the S and X sucks major. Camel dick, somebody said at one time.
But they have all the oil. Why?
Yes,
the camels need electric
that's
cars.
True. It's not a good car. The quality is so bad. I haven't sit in 2 Model S's that was built the same, and squeaky doors.
Think of it, for a company that started for like 12 years ago to be this big.
But that's still. I understand, Eric. I totally agree with you. But it's still not fair to
American car.
It's still not fair to take that kind of money from a car that's built the way it is.
But for an American car that have this kind of production and also the kind of
America.
Doesn't everybody basically know it? So you do agree with it in the sales, sorta?
Yeah, you're buying it.
I mean, because we all know it, and the only person
if
with
you
an
can
electric
take
car
the
is basically Eric.
If you can take the center console on a car and move it 2 centimeters to the right and 2 centimeters to the left, then the build quality is very, very bad.
I don't disagree, but everybody thinks it's okay.
If you say to the car, Tesla, open the glove compartment, and it looks like the tray from a printer been pulled out like, then it's not okay. I mean, the price for the car is way too expensive compared to what it actually is. The tech on the car, on the other hand, is way out there. I mean, nobody can even compare to it.
Like the
but
Halo
I think that's what you're
volume
paying
ring.
for. But I think that's what you're paying for. You're paying for the software.
Yeah.
But like Elon is willing to put down $43 billion for Twitter. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, he has something like recently in cash, at least 11, 12 billion cash dollars left over.
Yeah, billion. Yeah.
I mean,
he could lose like what would B&O go for?
I have to
$50
say,
million?
Jonathan in the chat is totally correct. The build quality of a Tesla Model S and a Model X is the same as the Bear Remote Halo and the Bear Remote 1. I totally agree, Jonathan.
Would B&O actually at this point even go for $50 million?
You think they're worth more or less?
I almost have a feeling it's less at this point in time. So Elon being Elon, he could offer 100. Like, that's fucking pocket change.
But then on the other hand, Mikey, just think about this. Elon is so way ahead of everything because he's a fucking genius. And would he buy a tech company that's 10 years behind?
Sure, he's trying to buy Twitter.
But Twitter is not 10 years behind. They have a platform that is stable and works very, very well.
Until 6 months ago, you could send tweets via text message.
I don't think that he would ever be interested in Bangalore.
Because, what was it? The Jack Dorsey had a bunch of very spicy tweets, so to say, and they were spoofed through a phone number.
The only person that would buy a company like this, in my opinion, would be a Saudi Arabian prince that thinks this is a wealthy status symbol, and he will take it to the grave.
Isn't that almost something Elon would do? Take it private, inject a bunch of money, and
no, no, he would need to expand and be bigger, and that would not happen.
I guess maybe it's my bias, but if I had that type of money, I would just buy B&O for the fun of it. See where I could take it as a sort of side project. I mean, also marketing. Get the boot. Fuck off. I'll do the marketing on Twitter myself.
Execution style like Iran, yeah.
I'm
gonna laugh.
Okay.
Harsh, but yeah.
We'll have a daycare inside the company, and Christian will take care of all the kids. That'll be amazing. They will all learn programming and stuff.
Yeah, I'll come with the soul-stirring marketing.
It will be a soul-stirring execution.
Yeah, Sandeep asked a question I don't want to think about, like what's the likelihood of getting to BeoTalk 400, but whatever. We're going to end on... At this note, we're going to end on this, the soul-stirring sound of the Beoplay.
Just to end it off, I heard that the limited edition of the Beogram 4000C number 400 edition will have a soul-stirring sound on it. So
that's right. It'll be ours.
Don't forget, if you're too nosy, because it's not out here yet, at the bottom of the site above Eric, very apt, you can check for socialist China.
Chinese. Yeah.
And happy Easter, everybody.
Yeah, happy Easter, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and be happier than us.
No.
Bye, everybody.
Come on.
You know, when this long night will fade away, and we go back to our old ways, two perfect strangers in the skies. When the sound is going to stretch its sounds on the road, turn as they can with his shrill call into perfect strangers in disguise. But until then,